Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you new people just tuning in, hi and welcome. I'm really glad you're here. So I'm really sorry that I did not upload a video on Friday. I've got a lot going on in my personal life at the moment. My husband and I are in the process of trying to find a home and also in the process of moving, and doing that with a toddler can be very stressful. So I needed to take a personal day. Really bad. Also, you'll notice my mic sounds really wonky. Also, I've been dealing with some mic issues. My husband and I's mic went out the other day, so we are in the process of ordering parts to fix it because, like I said, we're trying to buy a house and we don't really have monies to fix the XLR mic. So I'm just kind of having to deal and wing it, so to speak. So I do apologize for the crap quality sound, but it will get better, I promise. Just stick with me. And I know that we have done one of these unboxings just the other week, but my Boxycharm ended up coming super early, so I thought we could unbox that together because I'm pretty excited about the goodies inside. I did kind of sneak a peek, as I usually do before I do my unboxings, but I have not opened any of the products or swatched any of the products, so this will be my first impressions on all the products inside the box. So if you guys will sit back and relax, and we'll jump into that video. Okay, so it's really packed full. I don't know if you can see, but that mama is, and you can hear my kid in the background. But this is really packed full. Like there's a dent from how much stuff is in this box. So let's open our card here and see what this month's theme is, because I didn't know that part. So it looks like, ooh, it's a little bit bent. Please forgive. Let me. So it looks like this month's theme is sweater weather, which is very appropriate for the month of November. So I'm just going to keep this out so I can read a little bit of information about each of the products in the box. If you are unfamiliar with what Boxycharm is, it is a monthly subscription service. It is $21 a month, which I know sounds like a lot, but you get 5 full-size products from brands that you already know. Cover Effects, Tarte, ColourPop. We've had MAC products in the box. You name it, it's probably in there. So if you are interested in subscribing to Boxycharm, I will give you a little bit more information about that at the end of the video. So let's see what we got. This is kind of like Christmas every month, so I get really excited. So the first thing I'm going to pull out of the box, which is the very first product that I have ever received in Boxycharm that is from this brand that I'm super excited to try, is the Cover Effects Illuminating Setting Spray. Now, I'm going to read the claims on this. So, it is a quick drying setting spray that sets makeup for all day wear and imparts instant all over illumination. It's alcohol free, it's not drying to the skin, and perfect for all skin tones and types. It originally retails for $31, which pretty much pays for the entire box. So I'm just going to take this out of the packaging. The packaging is really awesome. It has this iridescent sheen to it, but let's see the mist. Ooh. It doesn't really smell like anything, so that's going to be a little bit interesting. So we will get to test out that product. Now, the next thing in the box that I'm going to pull out is this guy right here. This is the Luxie Quad Eye Travel Set. And I'm really excited about this because my husband does work for an airline company, so we travel quite a bit. And this is very convenient for me. So I'm going to read a little bit about this. It says, take your eye game on the go with this quad travel set created with handcrafted synthetic brushes. It retails for $32. For this? This better be good. But it comes with 4 brushes, and I do like Luxie brushes. We've gotten Luxie brushes before in Boxycharm, so I'm pretty excited about that. So you get 4. But it looks like you have a brush for the lash line. Then you have this little guy that looks like kind of a crease brush, maybe a shade. This might be a packing brush, actually. It's very dense. Then you have this guy, and I believe this is a crease brush. It doesn't say on the actual brush, but here's this brush. So I'm assuming this is a blending brush. And then you have a sort of an angled blending brush, sort of for that, I guess, that cat eye winged effect on the outer corner. So here are all the brushes. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that will work very well for me. And like I said, I have used Luxie before in the past, and they're a really, really good brand, so be sure to check them out. So I'll definitely be using these. The next item in the box is this guy right here. This is the Winky Luxe Kitten Palette, and it's a Boxycharm collaboration. So let's open her up. It does not have a mirror, which kind of disappoints me. I really, really, really do not like palettes that don't come with a mirror, especially travel size like this, but the colors look really, really awesome. You have a lot of really sort of fall-like tones with this kind of dark brown, and then you've got sort of this like dark mauvey purple, and then sort of this, ooh, that's a pretty shade. And then you've got gold, sort of a blue, and then it looks like kind of a, oh, that is so pretty. It's like an iridescent, I don't even know if my camera is going to do this justice, but it is sort of like a white duochrome iridescent sort of metallic shade. I want to swatch that. And it's so pretty. Look at that. So shiny. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to do a few swatches for this one for you. So, and I don't think, oh yes it does. They do have names. So it does have names. Before I do those swatches though, let me read a little bit about this before I get ahead of myself. It says, these ultra soft shadows glide on like a dream. The universally flattering collection of shades makes this palette as lovable as a kitten. It features highly pigmented shadows in 4 finishes: holographic, matte, satin, and glitter. I do like the holographic. I think that's that one that I swatched just a second ago. It does retail for $25, which I feel like is very reasonable for the amount of shades that you get in the palette here. These are beautiful, and they're very pigmented and super soft. Like when I dip my finger into them, very soft. So this is the first row of the palette. So the shades go Boots, Cheshire, and Romeo. I think these are really, really pretty and very fall appropriate. Okay, so the next row we have the holographic. It's actually called holographic. That's really funny. So it's a holographic, 9 lives, and then cat eye, which I think these 3 shades together are absolutely gorgeous and super, super pigmented and metallic, and I love that. Okay, and here is the last row. So it goes Per, Duchess, and then Strut. So this is sort of like a transition shade, and this one looks like it would be really good on the brow bone. This one is really, really pretty. It's like a pink satin sort of iridescent color, and it has sort of like a silver sort of shift to it, so I feel like that would be really pretty on the inner corner. But I cannot wait to play with these. This has to be by far my favorite palette that I have ever received in Boxycharm thus far, and I've been a member since February. But they have very, very much outdone themselves with this palette. Okie dokie, so the next item in the box, or items I should say, are these KNC Beauty all natural collagen infused lip masks. Now I have never used a lip mask before, but I have a lot of fellow beauty YouTubers and things that tell me they're awesome. So I definitely want to try these out. So let me read a little bit about it. It says, innovative jelly mask for your lips that hydrate, moisturize, and plump your pout with natural ingredients. And they definitely spelled ingredients wrong on the card. Wah, wah, wah. But it's $15. So I wonder, is it multiple uses? It says apply to clean lips for 15 to 20 minutes. Recommended use 2 to 3 times a week. Safe to use every day. So that makes me wonder if you can use these more than one time, because that would be really, really awesome if you could. It says 2 to 3 times a day, so I'm assuming you can, but I could be wrong. And the last item in the box is this guy right here, and I'm interested in this. It looks like it says Laga Cloud Lips. Let's see. Laka, Laqa, 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 Laka & Co. Cloud Lips. So it says an airy matte lipstick that provides full coverage but feels as light as a cloud. We'll see about that. This highly pigmented lipstick has a matte finish for long-lasting, fluffy, pouty lips that stay put, and it originally retails for $17. That's pretty expensive for a lipstick. So let's take this guy out. I want to swatch. The packaging is really, really pretty though, and I like the fact that it says Cloud, because you know, Cloud Gal. So hopefully it will be up my alley. Oh. So it's like a dark berry shade. Oh, that is so pretty, and I think that's going to complement that palette so well. I cannot wait to use that. So without further ado, let's test the product on my face. All right, so I'm just gonna zoom you guys in, but since we got brushes, I'm just gonna go ahead and use some of the brushes. So I'm going to start with the sort of blending brush. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here as a transition, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. And I'm gonna have to grab a mirror because sadly this palette doesn't have one. These are super soft, so I'm tapping off the excess. It does have quite a bit of fallout, but with pretty much all highly pigmented shadows, it is going to have some fallout. So let's see exactly how much fallout, because I did go ahead and do my base. So I'm really curious to see how bad this falls out. Oh. And it seems to blend really well. Now I'm going to go in with this gold shade, and I'm just going to start to pop it in the inner crease area. This one seems to have quite a bit of fallout as well for a metallic. Or maybe it's even a glitter, because it's not really going on with a brush as well. So I don't know if it's meant to be used this way. Now I'm going to move on to this shade right here, right beside it. And then I'm going to go in with this shade right here on that outer corner. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, and I am just going to apply those same shades but a little bit further down to add some dimension. This one, I don't know if I just need to use a sort of a glitter glue, but it is very difficult to get this gold shade to show up like super pigmented. It just looks super patchy, and just flakes of glitter are the only thing that I see right now sort of getting on the lid, if that makes sense. So far, I don't really know. These shadows swatched really well, but for some reason on the eye, and it could be the way I'm applying them, but they're not really showing up near as pigmented as a swatch, which is a little bit disappointing. But we're gonna see if we can get this to be salvaged and blend, because some of these just don't want to really blend. I was like half wonder if I used my finger for some of these, if they would apply better, because right now they just look like crap, and I just feel like this isn't blended at all, and they just look really muddy. Like I said, it could be the way that I'm applying them. I'm gonna try and switch to a different brush and see if that doesn't apply it a little bit better. That other brush just doesn't do it for me. Okay, so it's a little bit better, but it's still like when I try to blend the colors into one another, you see how it's like removing some of the color and it's not even really blending into one another. It's really bizarre. I want to see if I can salvage, and like the more that I try to build up the color, like the more fallout I'm getting on my cheek. This one might be a total fail. Like, look how freaking muddy that looks. Jeez. I normally do not have this much issue like trying to blend eyeshadow. I do want it to work. I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush and see if I can't. So weird, like the slightest movement of a brush just shears this color out and it looks so horrible. Okay, so it's looking a little better, but it's still like super sheer, right? Am I crazy? Like I've never put on eyeshadow in my life. Also, I forgot to mention that I finally got new Shape Tape, yay! So, all right, now let's continue on. So I'm going to pop this pinky shade right here all over where I put that cut crease. Also going to use the Cover FX to wet my brush. So like all these colors are just going on with a brush. They're just not as vibrant as they are swatched or in the pan, and it's really, really disappointing. So I've got the iridescent pink on the cut crease. I think I'm gonna go in with that holographic shade on a wet brush, and we'll see how it applies. I might go in and try to do a finger though. So it's not really showing up as much as I would want it to. So I'm just gonna go in with a finger and sort of pat that in the center there. Not showing up near as holographic as I would want. Like the swatch looked so much prettier than it looks on the eye, and maybe it needs to be on a just by itself and not on top of another color. But I thought these two shades would complement each other very, very well. There's a slight shift when I turn my head, but not very much. I want to love this palette so much, and I feel like I've been just ripping it a new one, but it's just not working. I kind of hate it. And I don't want to hate it. I don't want to hate it, but I hate it. So now I'm going to take that purple shade and I'm going to pop that on the outer corner. Take that purple shade and I'm just going to stick that underneath the lash line. All right, and now I'm going to add some mascara and some lashes and some liner, and I will be right back for the next portion of the try on. Okay, I got the rest of my eye makeup on and I did a little bit of contour. Now I'm going to test out the setting spray on my highlight. So let's delve in, shall we? I'm going to be using the shade Stunner out of the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I'm just going to wet that brush. So it's weird, like the brush doesn't feel saturated like in the least, but it's making that highlight pop so well. I'm kind of obsessed. I definitely don't hate it. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide if I want to try out the collagen mask. It kind of depends on, I'm scared it's gonna take off my base makeup, but I think that's a chance I'm willing to take. So, I'm gonna open it up here and pull it out for you guys so you can see. Ooh. Oh gosh, there is water literally spewing out of this whole thing. Holy crap. Okay, so, look, it's like dripping. Oh my goodness. So it is probably gonna take off my makeup at the bottom, but I can always reapply it, right? So, we're just gonna, it's not sticking. I should have done this before. So now we wait 10 to 15 minutes. Interesting. Not sticking at all. So I'm just gonna hold it and see what it does to my lips, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I am back. My lips feel very hydrated, not as drying. They kind of feel a little bit tingly, so I wonder if they have like something in them that sort of intensifies plumpness of the lips. But yeah, overall it was really, really nice. It was very difficult to keep on, but I'll definitely be using that again. Now for the lipstick, I'm really interested in seeing if this is as lightweight and pigmented as the claims say it is. So let's try her on. All right, so I'm a little nervous with how big this like top of this lipstick is, so we're just gonna have to see how this applies. Very, very, very pigmented. Holy mess. So big that I almost can't even, I have to turn it on its side. So I think I'm going to take the rest of this and apply it with a little lip brush, because this is just way too big to try and get it on my lips without making a mess and ruining the rest of my makeup. So here are my final thoughts on this month's Boxycharm. So it was a little bit hit and miss for me this month. Usually I'm buku crazy about most Boxycharm boxes, but this one seemed really weird and just, like I said, extremely hit or miss. I loved the Cover FX setting spray. Like, this stuff is the bomb, and I will definitely be using it. I've never ever tried any Cover FX products, so I'm super excited to try this. As far as the little travel brushes, they were just kind of okay. Definitely not my favorite. I do love Luxie brushes, but these were a little bit difficult because they're so short. But I feel like they'll come in handy when I travel and I just have to do a quick eye look. But for, you know, everyday use, like I use them today, they're not really my favorite. But overall, they were just kind of an okay product. The lip masks that came in this month's box were really awesome, and I love the way that they made my lips feel, and I kind of liked the tingly sensation at the end, so I'll definitely be enjoying those this month. I'm super excited about those. And the lipstick, I am completely obsessed with this color. I wish that it was a little bit smaller on the head of it so that I could actually apply it without having to break out my lip brush. But it's a great product, and I love that it's lightweight, and for a matte lipstick, it is not overly drying. It feels really, really moisturizing, and I really like that feeling. So let's talk about this palette. I was really, really disappointed with this one. I'm sorry, I just was. I love the colors, and I thought that I would just be absolutely obsessed with this palette, but it was really difficult to blend. I felt like there was just some of the formulation of some of these shadows were a little weird. They look amazing, like this gold, for instance. Like when I swatch this on my finger, it looks amazing. And when I swatch it on my hand, it looks stunning. And I feel like this would be awesome all over the lid with a good kind of glitter glue base. So I feel like some of these shades just may have to be used in that way. I love all the colors, and I really wish that when I applied them to the eyes, they were as vibrant as they are in the palette pans, because even this purple, you know, I have this on the outer corner, and like, look how vibrant that is. And I just wish that the color payoff was just a little bit more intense, especially like this blue as well. See, when I swatch this on my hand, it looks like it would just be so pigmented and just eye-catching. And I found this to be probably the most difficult to blend, and it was like every single time that I would stick a brush in there, it would just kind of become really muddy, and it would just take away the product no matter what kind of brush that I used. And I used about 4 or 5 different brushes to get it to blend. I do really like how the eye look turned out, but this is one of those palettes that you're really, well, at least in my experience, did not work for me. And I feel like I had to really work to make these shadows build up and be as bold and vibrant and pigmented as I wanted them to be. So I was a little bit disappointed with this, especially this holographic color. Like, look how freaking gorgeous that is. And when I swatched this on the back of my hand, you know, I just thought that that would just be super killer on the eye, and you really can't even see it. And I don't know, I feel just kind of let down by this palette. I had really high expectations just because the colors were so unbelievably gorgeous. So I'll have to play with this a little bit more. Like I said, a lot of the formulation in this palette looks like it would be really good just applied with a finger as just an all over lid shade, but for blending with a blending brush, you're gonna have a very difficult time, at least with my experience. I had a very difficult time getting them to blend and getting to this stage of the eye makeup. So, but yeah guys, if you received this palette in this month's Boxycharm, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, because I was just really disappointed. I really wanted to love this palette so much. I don't know, it was kind of a miss for me. So let me know below in the comments, like I said, and let me know what goodies you got in your box and what you thought of the products. Overall, the box was great. Like I said, there were some hit and miss products. There was a little bit of disappointment there, but I feel like with a little bit more exploring and experimentation, I can get some of these shades to work for me. So I'll just kind of have to test them out and see kind of what I come up with. That is it for today's video. Once again, guys, I do apologize for my audio. I know it's crap. I'm getting there. Please be patient with me, guys. It's been a rough one these last couple of weeks, but I'm gonna get it together. I do have a new series coming out on my channel. And I'm really excited about it. So make sure you tune in on a Friday to see the reveal. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to know when a video goes live so that you don't miss out on my series coming out. But I love you guys so much, and thank you for continuing to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions on looks that you would like to see in the future or videos you would like to see me do, please list it below in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.